had made the mistake on my podcast of going, I don't think adults can get it. And all these adults wrote me, you absolutely fucking can. I lost all of my fingernails.
Oh my God.
Like,
ew, that grosses me out.
I'm ewing out Steph Steph Infection. Jared's like, can't you just tell yourself it's fake? By the way, he'll sit and listen to 15 minutes of SVU and go, you won't watch horror with me and you watch this?
Steph Infection.
Oh my goodness gracious. How the hell are we?
Hi.
Kara Klenk, hilarious comedian,
Here I am.
podcaster. Here you are.
I have no idea when this is going to air.
Not
but I
this
thought,
week, the week after.
Okay, well, I thought Halloween, I'm wearing these little I thought your show's about the human body and disgusting parts of it. So I'm wearing these little skeleton earrings.
They're perfect.
To be Halloween-y, to be Steph Infection-y.
I
And
love
here
it.
am.
Look at you thinking ahead. I love
I just found them
this.
yesterday. I was like, fuck, I forgot I had these little Halloween-y earrings.
I'm wearing my Halloween earrings for the next episode. I
From
had
a
to change it
podcast
up.
listener gave me these. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You have a huge pod. Okay, I need to tell you something that I'm very for my special. My manager knows I'm obsessed with Law and Order SVU, which is what your podcast is all about. Which is the only podcast I listen to because I hate podcasts. No offense, everybody. Thank you for listening. She got me a cameo from 3 Law and Order stars.
No, which ones?
The first, I can't remember her name. I feel bad now. The first, before Marissa, the African American girl. She was like a old Law and Order.
Oh, Jeffries.
Yes.
Jeffries.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Casey Novak.
Yeah.
And then Dr. Wong.
Wow.
They were so good.
Diane Neal, by the way, have her number. We text.
What?
I can get you a message from her anytime you want.
I like bawled my eyes out.
I don't know if that's like an actual promise.
I was
but
like,
she's
wait.
great though. She's like very down to do everything. She's been on our pod twice.
Her cameo was so long. I was like, whoa, I gotta make mine longer. I'm like a minute, like, I don't know, what my pussy's fat, and then I stop. But she was like so good. And Dr. Wong was so thoughtful.
He's wonderful.
He's like, I can't wait for it to come out. I will be watching it. And I was like, Dr. Wong. It was so sweet. And she edited like the beginning, like the opening credits and put them into it. It was so nice.
Wow.
Like bawled my eyes out. Olivia Dowd, you know her.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
so nice of her.
I know. It was the cutest thing
Olivia,
ever.
Always
What the
been
heck?
a good egg, that one.
I know.
That's wonderful.
It is. But how is the pod? So your pod's all about...
The pod is good. My pod is about Law and Order SVU.
My favorite show on TV.
We talk about the episode. We hop around the whole 25 seasons. 26 just started. We talk about the true crime that the episode is based on, and then we interview an actor from the show. So we've talked to BD Wong, we've talked to Diane, but we've never had Jeffries, but we want to get her. She's just only on 1 season, so we got to figure out the right episode for her.
You haven't had Maloney, have you?
No, they're like our white whales. Maloney,
Yes.
Ice-T, and Mariska. It's like once we have them, what is it over?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
okay,
what are we
that
gonna do?
makes
The podcast
sense.
is over once we get
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
you know? So
I have the hots for Maloney so
mean-
bad. It's sick.
he's extremely hot.
He's so funny too.
And he's got that fat ass.
He's got a fat...
You love an ass?
My boyfriend reminds me of Maloney. He does. He looks like him. In my head, he looks like him, but he's got a fat fucking ass.
Yeah.
Love a fat ass.
Yeah. Got
Does
that
Jared have a
dump
fat
truck.
ass?
No. Jared's ass is so flat and small. In fact, my daughter has a little butt. My daughter's got a little butt on her. And my son, when he was born, I go, what the fuck is wrong with him in the back? Because it's just back with a slit in it.
Oh,
he had no butt. It has since popped out a little bit, but I think he just got Jared's. Like
got
he
Jared's
just
ass?
does. Most men, I would say, have no asses. And then there's like I think that's why it's kind of like rare that you get like someone with like a big dumper.
Yeah, like a big juicy
You know,
ass.
big butt. Unless they work out or play some kind of sport that like accentuates their ass like that. Like who has the big asses? Which athletes? Soccer? Football?
I think so. Aaron Judge has a pretty beefy ass. I've been watching the baseball now. Do you watch baseball?
Yeah, no.
I really-
I'll go to a game. I'll go to Dodgers or something. But like,
I don't think I remember a single thing I've ever seen at any baseball game because I've been blackout drunk.
oh yeah, I like to get drunk. I like to take pics. I like to chat. So I can't go with people that are like religious baseball nuts.
No. I'm not even looking.
Yeah.
There was one game
Until a home run goes, I go, what?
and then I'll go,
Yeah.
no idea what team it is, never know what fucking inning it is. I have no clue. Sucking back Dodgers. dogs. I don't give a shit.
I'm drinking.
Oh, I'm drinking and I am high as hell.
And I'm a vegetarian, so I'm eating those rubber band vegetarian dogs, and I'm still loving them. Just for the baseball feel of it all.
Explore new possibilities, pleasure zones, and find your vibe at funlove.com. Funlove.com is a leading online retailer of sensual health and wellness products, offering a wide array of premier brands of toys, lingerie, and accessories. Make love fun by visiting funlove.com. For a limited time, save 30% off your first order. Just use code STEPH at funlove.com. Go to funlove.com and use code STEPH at checkout to save 30% off your first order. Visit funlove.com today. Listen up, renters. Ever feel like you're stuck in this loop of rent payments, just watching your money vanish into thin air? It's time to turn that rent game around and start earning some serious rewards. That's where Built Rewards comes in. Earn points by paying rent right now when you go to joinbuilt.com/Steph. That's JOINBILT.com/Steph. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/Steph to start earning points with your rent payments today.
How long have you been vegetarian now?
17 years or some shit. Yeah.
Did you see something weird and then you stopped, or is it your
No,
body?
it's
Okay.
so fucking embarrassing. Do you remember in like the early 2000s, these books came out called Skinny Bitch? There was a book called Skinny Bitch,
yes.
and then there was Skinny Bitch in the Kitsch. And I fucking read these books, and they were like,
You look like you would read these books.
yeah, and I read them on the subway. Like I was living in New York. I read them on the subway, and I was like, what? They want you to become vegan. And I was like, there's no fucking way. Like I love cheese. There's no way I can't be that specific. But they were like, being a vegetarian is a better. And I was like, I'll just try it for a month and see what happens. And I just never went back. It's like
Really?
literally just embarrassing. I'm not like in it about the animal rights, the hormones. I don't even give a fuck. It's just like I did it and I was like, yeah, I feel good. This feels good. Like I was never like if I don't have a steak, my blood sugar is gonna crash. Like I was never like that. So I just, I used to have a turkey sandwich here and there or a burger, and now I get veggie burgers. Impossible Meat is like wonderful. I mean, I like a lot of stuff. It does the same thing for me.
What about the fam? They eating meat?
My daughter's a vegetarian.
Oh.
By choice. I keep trying to give her meat,
Okay.
and she keeps going, I'm a vegetarian. And I'm like, you're 5, girl. And then
Okay,
my
sass.
son inhales meat. Meat is his fuel. He loves meat so much. So half the family eats meat, the other half doesn't.
What a cute little whole family you have now.
Look at us.
So I gotta give
yeah.
you a little shout. So I had a very intense thing happen to me out here. I had my ceiling collapsed from a water leak 5 years,
5.5 years ago, because I was pregnant with my daughter. She's 5.5.
My God,
Yeah.
5.5 years ago, the day I asked my last roommate to move out, I was about to live my own. My kitchen ceiling fell completely through, and I was like squatting in my own apartment with no power, eating yogurt in the fucking living room because my fridge only worked on one outlet.
Yeah.
No stove, nothing. And then you and Jared took me in. You're a little homeless.
Yeah.
Little
I
homeless
said, come live
comedian.
with us. And
I
Jared
did.
was like away for part of that, right?
was
He
he
went
where?
and so I was like, come be my roommate. I'm pregnant. That means someone's likely to attack me if you watch Law and Order SVU.
Yeah,
I could have used a little roommate, a little,
there I
that's
was.
not, I didn't think about it at the time, but I think in retrospect now
I
it's
would've
probably
kicked
a
someone's
good
ass
idea.
if they came
I
to my
remember
house.
when you were like living with us for those couple weeks, I remember you got like that little Caesars commercial where you had to, and you were like telling me all about it. And I was like,
So
this
mad.
sounds crazy.
I had to play a man, and they put no makeup on me, and then I literally yelled at a piece of You know what I thought about that recently? It was a $600 fucking non-union
Non-union.
commercial. Shit. And I remember I improvised during the take.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, make a face that you like the pizza. And I started licking my lips like really viciously. And everyone laughed. And the director goes, I get it. That's funny. It's obviously not going to be in the commercial. It's in the fucking commercial.
Oh my God.
Suck my fucking ass, you little Caesars. And that day I remember there was this extra that I swore if I ever see this man again, I will have him fired. If I ever make my own movie, this man will not be allowed on my set. If I see I'll be like, you can't. Have you ever been on set with an extra who just doesn't shut the fuck up?
Yes, but also, is he like a career extra? Like talks about all the gigs he's done.
Kind of that. Yeah. Oh God,
That's mental illness.
It's
Yeah.
beyond mental illness.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, it's the show Extras. It's that
Yes.
show with Ricky Gervais is actually real.
I was on with a woman one time who had a full scrapbook of all her little extras bits, her background scenes that she'd been in. She goes, yeah, I'm in Sex and the City too, and that was just coming out. So I go, oh, you are? Like, what part are you in? She goes, the opening scene. I go, oh, where there's 3,000 people at a wedding? What?
She have like a zoomed in photo of where her little head was, like a Where's Waldo view, where the fuck you are.
And then they're always scheming on how to get to improvise a line and get on. Because they're like, I was on Damages and I asked Glenn Close, what can I get you? And they kept it in, so I got an under 5. Because you get a little bit of extra money if you actually have 1 minute of 1 second of dialogue, and they're all scheming to get that.
It's psychotic.
It's crazy.
It's embarrassing. I did extra work once for the show Radio Free Roscoe in Toronto. No one knows what this is.
Oh my
it was
God.
a kids show. And me and my friend Alexis waited. We were being nice. We let all the extras go first to get lunch. We get to the end of the line. There's hot dogs. Thank you so much, Canada. And I was like, they're like, there's none left. I'm like, not one? They're like, there's none left. And I'm like, but we didn't get a hot dog. And she's like, And then I got so mad that I sat for the rest of the take. It was a concert scene. I sat right in the middle, cross-legged on the ground.
Oh my
I was
God.
so pissed. I'm like, no hot dog, no participation.
No,
Give me
there's
my hot
no
dog.
respect. There's no respect. No respect.
But then the way this guy was acting, I would not respect him.
Exactly. That's
He
the
would
thing.
shut up. He's
That's
talking, and the director's like, "Who's talking?" And I'm like, "This guy."
I
This
was
man.
a stand-in on the show Rescue Me with Dennis Leary, that fireman show he was on. And a stand-in is like they treat you better than background. And once I did that, I was like, oh, I'll never do background because at least for a stand-in, you still don't say anything or whatever, but you get paid like a whole better rate. You come in first, they treat you nice, they give you an area. The way that they were treating the background, I go, that couldn't be me.
Heard them like cattle in there.
Cattle, baby.
But they're also annoying. They'll be annoying. If
But
just,
they're
like,
also,
quiet,
they're unhinged.
also-
Yeah,
they're
you know.
also not well.
So
What's up with you? What have you been doing? You're touring on this pod is fucking killing it.
Yeah, we just did like a little spooky season tour where we went
Okay.
around to a few cities and did like, we do the pod live. When we do the live pod, we don't really talk about the true crime. We're like, you're out on a Thursday.
Okay.
We're not trying to bum you out with like real murder, So we do kind of the campier episodes. Like you're a fan. We do like the one where like the monkey comes out of the basketball, or like the one where
Okay,
Mark
yeah,
Paul
yeah.
Gosselaar and Elizabeth Banks are porn stars trying to raise money for their sick daughter. Like, we do like the kind of campier ones
Okay.
that sometimes don't have like as horrific crimes in them, and we play games and stuff. It's fun.
So they say this is not based off a real crime off the beginning.
Yeah.
And it is.
It always is.
So then
Yeah.
why do they put that?
It's
that
legal.
thing there?
I think they have to legally. Yeah.
okay,
Like
okay.
fully, it's like this is a Woody Allen episode. This is a Michael Jackson episode,
Okay,
and
okay.
you can't because like their estates can go after you. It's like a legal thing. And a lot of times they do twist it, right? Like they did that episode with Hillary Duff that was like definitely supposed to be Casey Anthony, but then they switch it so that she actually isn't the one that killed her daughter. It was an anti-vaxxer who didn't vaccinate their
right,
kid,
right.
and the kid gave the baby measles.
And then so she buried
So
it
it's
in
like
the lot?
Yeah, so she buried
Yeah,
it in
and
the
the
lot
meat
because
in the
she
cooler?
thought she'd killed it. She thought she'd killed her daughter, but she didn't. So it's like they'll
Duff.
take a story that's very popular and they'll just tweak it at the end.
Okay. I like when they bring celebs in. The Jennifer Love Hewitt episode, I loved sometimes when they get that music going and it's the whole, and then it was 1991. And I'm like, can we just cut to the rape? Like, we know you were raped. Get to the end rape here. I
Cut
can't do
to
this.
the rape.
I hated that guy they cast for that rapist guy.
Oh,
He was
I think
so-
you're supposed to.
No, but like I hated his acting. Like it was
okay.
that. No, I usually hate. And you know what fucking storyline? I always text Lisa because I get so fucking pissed. The storyline with the guy that tried to kill.
William Lewis.
William Lewis.
Yeah, she
there's
just
enough
told me-
episodes.
Oh
If
my
he comes
God.
back one more time, he's gonna come back from the dead. I'm gonna be like, I actually can't watch this again. I skipped him now.
So if you're
so
if
mad.
you don't know this, he's a serial killer, psychopath, like one of
Yes.
the most psycho people that they've ever had on the show. And it's played by Pablo Schreiber, very
He's
well
great.
known,
Yeah,
who's
yeah,
very
yeah.
well known. And people are like, he's so hot. I'm like, not if you've ever seen SVU.
No.
Like you can't be attracted to
attracted to
him.
him. He's
Like,
disgusting.
He's
SVU.
so horrific.
Yes.
And he our listeners are always like, when are you gonna do William Lewis episodes? We're like, we don't really want to. I mean,
They're
like
bad.
we want to interview him if we can.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like they're uncomfortable. They're freaky.
not good.
You know?
Do you have like a favorite episode? I know all you talk about is this. I know I'm like,
Jesus.
this is all you talk about on your podcast, but I'm like,
I
I
don't-
don't get to talk about this with anybody.
I
And I
know.
need to explain, like, when I say it's all I watch, I need to make this painfully clear to listeners. I do not watch anything else.
Yeah.
I literally will start at the beginning. I'll watch the entire thing all the way up. So I'm now catching up with new episodes. So I had a thing where I wasn't ready to watch new episodes, so I'd go back to the very beginning again.
Yeah.
But now I'm at the new episodes.
And the new episodes are hit or miss. There's some good
That's the
ones.
thing.
But like,
I'm not
you know
loving
what we
them.
talk about all the time? The first 12 seasons had a lot of humor to them. There was
They
a lot,
did.
even though it's a fucking
Richard
dark as
Belzer
hell
was
show. We had
tossing out the
Belzer.
one-liners.
We had Ice-T with funny,
Yes.
like even Maloney one time goes up to a guy. I heard your wang ain't no big thing. Like, I mean, he's,
That's-
Maloney's even getting in a couple
Maloney's
bangers,
getting it.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying, because Maloney left. I think just the direction of the show, it's just serious now.
Yeah.
It's like serious. It's like human trafficking. Like, it's like, it's just
is
more.
so real.
It was always serious, but there was always a little, oh my God, that's funny.
It was a bit campy, and I did like the way, the like cloudy 90s camera look.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like, ooh, I'm like, whatever that is, I like that.
Yeah, and now it's like high def, and the precinct,
need the high
the
def.
precinct is sleek.
I don't like the
like
sleek
there's
precinct.
a sleekness to the precinct. I'm like, I liked it when their desks were covered in crap and like stuffed
and that
animals, and you
gross
didn't know what the
coffee.
hell
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
I liked that. So I agree. I still obviously am like loyal, love the show, and I watch. I mean, I'm not caught up on the first couple episodes of this new season, but even in these last seasons, there's some that are good, but then there's just some that I'm like, this is like too much. Like girls brought across the border and then lit on fire. Enough. Like too much.
No.
Too much.
The burning of the women.
Yeah,
I
like
can't get behind that.
yeah, no, it's too much. So I wouldn't. I have favorites. I would say my most haunting is like we always talk about our most haunting episodes.
Okay.
The most haunting episode is an episode that we just did called Contact. I believe Nicole Sullivan is in it from Mad TV, and she
Okay.
gets assaulted on the subway, and everyone on the subway is just watching it happen. And because I lived in New York for 11 years and I took the subway every day, I used to sit on the subway and then sometimes that scene would just flash in my head and I'd be like, oh God. But even though that's not how I think New Yorkers are, I do think New Yorkers fucking jump in. I've jumped
somebody
in.
would-
I've helped people before. But like, I think that was like so scary, both parts of it, how like the violent crime, but then also nobody helping. And I was like,
yeah, that's
ugh.
terrifying.
But I love like PC with Kathy Griffin. We just got Kathy on the podcast.
Yes, I saw that.
PC
Yes,
is
yes,
such
yes.
a wild, hilarious episode.
She's funny in that.
yeah.
She's like wacky and everything.
She's-
She's coming on too strong. She's kissing everybody. When she
They
kisses
wrote it. They
Maloney
wrote
at
it
the
for
end-
her. They wrote
Oh,
it for her. Yeah. So
That's the one I make my manager, Olivia. I'm like, I would be such a good pervert. Look at me. Oh, I would molest a boy on that show. I would be sick. Whenever I see
it's
this
so on the
teachers,
nose though. They bring you in. You'd have to be the red herring. They'd have
I
to bring you in and be
know.
like, look at this creep, and then it's like it's not her. She had an alibi.
I would be perfect. Look at me. Look at my hair. I'm like, this is the perfect Law and Order pervert. You look at me like, has she molested a boy? Come on, I have not, but
never thought that about you. But
really?
I could-
Okay, well,
you
that's
know,
nice of you.
I've never thought.
I'm trying to think of what my most haunting episode is now. There's a lot of
Like one that like sticks with you, like another one that's like so fucked up is the guy that like kidnaps girls in the city and then brings them upstate to his place and hunts them like animals.
Oh, that one was fucked
It's
up.
called Hunting Ground.
No, that
Like,
one was
it's
so bad.
fucked up.
I think those ones where they end up in the woods.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Or the ones where they find them in the basement and they're like in cages and shit.
Oh yeah, multiple.
I
ones of
can't be
those.
doing
or like
those
their
really fucks
own
me up.
fathers kept them in a cage
Yes,
for years.
sick.
Like
Those-
I mean,
oh,
but that happened in
God.
real fucking life, man. I mean,
This is
like
terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Oh God,
It's awful.
How
it's
are you
awful.
doing this?
But besides that, you know, I'm
doing
good.
great. Okay, good.
Just doing Law and Order and rape all the time and stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I got 2 kids. I'm running after them. I started a new like a podcast that's like a live stream with my friend Jackie Zabrowski on the Last Podcast Network. That's like a advice show. It's a
Okay.
call in. People call in live.
Okay, that's
to the live
fun.
stream. And every other episode we play voicemails and stuff. But every other one's like live call in.
Okay.
We kind of wanted to do like Am I the Asshole? But you know how every Am I the Asshole is like, my wife just had a baby 2 weeks ago and she won't fuck me. Like we were like, why is every Am I the Asshole some incel loser who like doesn't understand how women work or like how to just be a decent person? So we were like, what if we did like a call-in show that was just like for women and normal people? I mean, men call in all the time, but they're like normal. They're not like, I don't get it. Like I pay for everything and my wife won't blow me 3 times a day. Like it's always
why is that?
crazy shit.
Those are the exact trolls on my profile. Every guy you just mentioned, they just called me a trans this morning. That's exactly what happened. So that's good. Nice questions. Are you good at giving advice?
Yeah. I think I'm pretty good at giving advice.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if it's right or anything, but I'm like, here you go. Here's what I think.
Yeah, no one knows.
You know?
Sometimes people like to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, like
Someone's
somebody
opinion.
just called in last week and they were like, these people were a nightmare on the plane with their kid for 12 hours. And I didn't know if I should say something. I'm like, you should have said something. People should not get away with letting their kids act like assholes on planes.
Yeah.
And so I take the parenting perspective of that.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, it's like, whatever. And then Jackie doesn't have any kids, but she, you know, she loves to give advice. She's a little sister. I'm a big sister.
Okay.
We have like a good dynamic and a
That's
good thing
nice.
going on. So it's called Who's the Bitch?
Okay. Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah.
We love this.
So you call in, you think you're the bitch, you think someone else is the bitch, we'll tell you who the bitch is.
Okay, we
That's
love
it.
this. Find out if you're the bitch.
That's it. Yeah. Call
I
in.
regret not. I had an incident at the Ralphs in Hollywood the other day.
Ooh, the Rock and Roll Ralph's, the one that's
No,
open
I don't
24
go to
hours.
that one. That was disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
No, that one I don't go to. I don't go to the one where I got accused of stealing the sandwich either on La Brea. I go to the one in East Hollywood, at like Hollywood and Western. This girl had 2 dogs and this little puppy. And it was so cute, and it went up to this like older woman, and it was about to jump up, but it didn't. She slapped this dog so hard that I literally went, "Oh my God!" And my eyes welled up with tears, and I went, and I looked over and I went, "Oh my God, oh my God!" And I was like, I should have said something, but I knew, I could tell by her the way she was acting that she was going to freak out on me.
Oh,
Start
yeah,
calling
like
me-
she was like an
yeah.
unwell person. What did the owner do?
The owner slapped the dog.
Oh, the owner slapped
owner
the dog.
slapped the dog.
I thought it was the old lady.
No, the
Oh.
old lady went, no, it's okay. He's a puppy. And like the owner slapped the dog in a sound I've never heard a person hit an animal. And I'm like, I don't know if I should call the Humane Society. I don't know who to call. I literally walked out and I like had all my groceries and I went, oh my God, I have to leave. And I rushed to the front and I was like, I talked to the woman, I'm like, there's somebody in here with a dog and they hit the dog and they're like, what? I'm like, ah. And I was like so panicked and I got out and then I cried in my car. I was like, it was so bad. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm sure I'll see her. I think she was homeless too.
The woman with the 2 dogs?
I think she was homeless.
Oh,
because she didn't look well. She looked very unwell. And I was like, I know if I start yelling, people the camera's out. I was like, I just knew it was that. And I'm like, now I regret it. I'm also like, I didn't want to get her more angry because if I said something that she might hit the dog again or something,
take it out on the
crazy.
dog. There's all kinds of stuff like that in these like mom groups I'm in of like, what do you do if you see somebody kind of like
fucking abusing their dog,
but to a child or something. How much can you call? Who can you call? Are you making it better or worse? Can you get involved? It's like very tricky. It's very tricky. I bet you feel the same way because like your dog is like your child. Like this is like
Oh, I was in South. So like, if you did see something with it, okay, like what? Have you called anyone before? Like if someone's like,
I have not seen that since I became a parent. I remember seeing it on the subway sometimes, and never like an actual physical thing, but just like a yelling at a small baby, a child that is like, that's too much. Like that's an anger that should not be directed towards somebody that like
is a fucking
shits
baby.
their pants still, you know? Like, so I haven't done anything. It hasn't come up for me, but women are always like in my mom groups being like, I saw this, should I have done something? And it's like, there are numbers you can call and stuff, but then it's like, are you right there? Like, it's really tough.
It is fucked. In Boston, we were going out one night for dinner, and it was me, my sister, her husband, and my boyfriend, and we heard this screaming, this like kid shrill, and I was like, so we all stopped. We're like, my sister just had a baby too. She's like, we have to help this kid. This little boy comes up the stairs with his mom, who looks very homely, and a daughter, and they're carrying a bunch of suitcases. And the little boy stops and is just screaming at the top of his lungs, and the mom starts screaming back at him in a tone that I'm like, that's not normal to scream.
Yeah.
And then the kid yelled out, and he's maybe 8. I fucking hate you. Top of his lungs. And we all just stopped. And everyone around was like looking like no one knew what to do. And the mom's like, I fucking know. And then they like crossed the street and they stopped traffic. And we were like, do we like, we were like, I don't, it's like 9:30 p.m. Like what, it was fucked. And I was like, God, some people should not have kids.
I know, but also like if you called authorities, they wouldn't do anything about just yelling.
Like they wouldn't. Yelling. But I'm like, there's more than yelling. I'm like, could you imagine yelling that at that age? I said that when I was in high school, I yelled at my parents, but not.
Oh yeah,
9 years old.
My daughter has said, "You're being a fucking jerk," but it's just because she's heard someone else say it.
That's hilarious. So that's actually
she'll say that to her dad. He's
that's
like,
so funny.
Do not say that to me. And she's like I don't know. She's just like me as a small person. So she tells you she doesn't like it.
At funlove.com, it doesn't matter what type of relationship you're in. Long-term, one that's new and exciting, monogamous, open, or just hanging out with yourself. Funlove.com is where you can explore a variety of options to rev up your romance in the bedroom and beyond. Funlove.com is a leading retailer of sensual health and wellness products, offering a wide array of premier brands of toys, lingerie, and accessories. They take pride in curating a selection of the highest quality products, offering everything from soft and sexy to hot and spicy. So you're sure to find what you're looking for at funlove.com. They help you discover, indulge, and satisfy your desires. Come and find the vibe you're looking for to make love fun by visiting funlove.com. And if you live in Arizona or Colorado, hey, check out one of their 18 store locations. Go in person, feel around, touch, get a nice grip on something. Look, funlove.com sent me a basket of stuff, and I'm still working my way through this. My word, they gave me a lot. I just tried again. I've gone through it all once, but I'm redoing things now. I'm back on the deep as fuck deep throat blowjob strawberry spray, $14.99. Very nice stuff, especially if you're in a rush and your partner doesn't have time to wash that willy in the old sink. Give it a little spurts. Get a little taste going on down there. Edible massage candle strawberry, $14.99. Also enjoying that. I really love strawberries. I like dipping that. Add a little to the old nippy, a little. It's quite tasty. Think clean thoughts of toy cleaner. We're using that. Guess what? I wasn't properly washing my stuff, and I think that was a problem. It turns out you can't just rinse it with water and just put it back in your drawer. You simply need to wash your stuff. So this is $8.99. Simple stuff. Wash your dildos, ladies, because I'll tell you what, they shouldn't smell like mine did. And then every night we almost use the feather tickler, $6.99. It's a fun little additional extra tickle. Go to funlove.com and check out all of the stuff they have there. For a limited time, save 30% off your first order. Just use code Steph at funlove.com. Go to funlove.com and use code Steph at checkout to save 30% off your first order. Visit funlove.com today. All right, real talk. We've all been there, feeling like we're burning cash with those rent checks. It's frustrating, right? But here's the deal. Bill Rewards has figured out a way to make rent more rewarding. Say goodbye to the money bonfire and hello to a renter's revolution with Bilt. Bilt is breaking ground as a neighborhood rewards program that hooks you up with points on your rent. Every month, pay your rent and watch the Bilt points roll in. Use points to jet off on a dream vacation. Put your points towards a flight or hotel stay with 500 plus airlines and 700,000 plus hotels and properties. You can also use your points to book fitness studio classes, redeem them toward a future rent payment. They're designed to meet your lifestyle. Pay rent hassle-free through the Bilt Rewards app. Your rent game just got a major upgrade. Bilt points have been consistently ranked the highest value point currency by the Points Guy and Bankrate. Earn points by paying rent right now when you go to joinbilt.com/Steph. That's joinbilt.com/Steph. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. Joinbilt.com/Steph to start earning points with your rent payments today. Let's get into your body stuff. Oh yeah, perfect time here. Perfect
Okay.
timing. What do we got?
What do we got? I don't know. Okay, so...
Because remember you told me a while ago you had something because you wanted
Well,
to come
no,
on
I
the pod.
messaged you because I had seen some clips of your podcast, and I go, you're blah, 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 blah. I go, have you ever had anybody like that's had kids on your podcast to talk about the nightmare that is that, you know? Like,
Well, yeah, but everybody has a different like nightmare birth story. That's the issue. Yes.
Yeah. So I had this isn't the thing I was actually going to talk about. That's my most gross out thing. So we can get to that. But like I had my first child, and I had all these problems, like I metabolized the epidural, which is very rare, but you can do that. So basically first of all, they put the epidural in the wrong place and they had to come back in and do it again, which it's like a huge fucking needle. It's a massive needle.
Fine.
You're not watching it, but you're like,
No, it's hell.
yeah, it's crazy. So they were like, oh, our bad, we need to replace it. And I was like, that seems crazy. And anesthesiologists I know are like very specialized, but also have like high insurance because so many things can go wrong. So I'm like,
Because if they miss epidural, isn't it true?
yeah,
that
you can. Yeah, you can get paralyzed.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
And if they're in the wrong spot, you're like, hello.
Yeah.
That's
Like
terrifying.
So they put it in the wrong spot, then they put it in the right spot. Then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm numb. Then all of a sudden I'm having these labor pains. I can feel everything. And I'm like, what happened? They're like, you metabolized the epidural. So they turn it up. And now I can't feel anything. My legs are bricks. Like I was like, if this building was on fire, I'd be army crawling out of here.
Oh my
like,
God.
And you're supposed to be able to like wiggle your toes and like kind of move your like a little bit. And I can't feel shit. So they're like, let's turn it down. And they turned it down too much. And then I felt everything when I had the baby. So I was like giving birth, and I was like, I go, we have to stop. We can't do this. I got to do this tomorrow or something. Like I literally, it was the same as on my wedding day. I woke up so hungover, and I go, because I got too fucked up at the rehearsal dinner, and I go, we got to do this another day. It's like, you're getting married today. Like you can't fucking do this another day. My gynecologist, my OBGYN goes, I can see the head. Like we can't do this another day.
It's simply out.
Like it's simply happening.
Yeah, the baby's
so
out.
So I was like, okay. So then I, pushed, had this baby. Then I had some kind of cervical tear, like an interior tear that I couldn't feel. Because right after I had the baby, they turned it up again. And I was like, okay, now I'm feeling better. And like, whatever, you do meet the baby and you're like, everything's fine. And suddenly all these doctors rush in and stuff because they said I was losing so much blood from this like tear. And
how does it, just from the stretching?
I'll tell you, I had HPV at one point, or I didn't even, like, no one ever told me I had HPV. They were like, you have HPV cells. Okay, so I had a LEAP procedure, which is that thing. And you've had it, I'm sure, like millions of women.
Everyone has,
They do it in the office. I was gone. There's a little bit of like scar tissue from having that procedure that they think my daughter just like hit it on the way out and it caused this tear.
Wow.
And so I had all this bleeding. I don't know what's going on. I'm cracking jokes. Like, I'm like, what's going on? Jared,
you're writing your hour up there.
my husband's fucking skin to skin with his shirt off because you're supposed to do skin into skin with the baby, and I'm doing all this. And he tries to take her out of the room, and they're all like, stop, because like she hasn't been low jacked yet. Like they haven't put the thing on her that identifies her so that you can't like swap babies.
Oh, God.
And so everyone's like, no, you can't leave the room. Like there's like alarms and shit. So he has to stay in there while it's all going on. He's traumatized by this.
So is he seeing
He
it?
sees all this blood happening, and he's like, I was so scared because like there was all this blood coming out of you, and I don't see any of it, and I can't feel it. So I'm like, what's the big deal? Everybody seems really stressed, and I'm like, calm down. And all these nurses are coming in, and like doctors, and everyone was a woman, which I loved. Like every single person in the room was a woman, and I was like, yes. And then it was fine. And then the next day, my doctor came in and was like, I don't really feel like you understand. And she was like drawing me a diagram. And I was like, yeah, the diagram's not really,
I'm not
really
resonating
doing
with the
anything
diagram.
for me. So I just was like, okay, I'm okay though. She's like, yeah, but you were like close to needing a transfusion. I was like, shit, like
Oh
I didn't
my
know any.
God.
So I didn't really realize, but then it was fine. Okay.
So how do what'd they do? Cauterize
it's
it again?
internal. So they did something like they maybe, I don't know if
can't
they,
put like a stitch in there?
yeah, they did something to stop it. Good question.
Oh
Great
my
fucking question.
God.
I'll follow up next year at my annual and go, what'd you do to
Wow.
stop that? But yeah, so I like a lot. So it was like one of these things where the birth went fine, but like if it was 100 years ago, I probably would have died. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like losing all that blood and like
But if
doctors
it's
not
100 years
washing their
ago,
fucking hands.
You would have.
I would be on a farm or something. Yeah.
HPV and you would have had the leap.
I wouldn't have had HPV. That's so fucking true.
Oh, you wouldn't have known you had HPV.
And it's my husband that's been giving me HPV, by the way.
Yeah, no, if it's
'Cause
always the men. That's how you get it from a man.
Well, I had a test that was like, you have HPV cells, and then we broke up for 6 months. When I went back in for my appointment, they go, that's all cleared up. And then I went back in after we got back together, they go, that's back. I go, I think I know where it's coming from.
That's so funny.
So
Your HPV can lie dormant for like
oh
a
yeah,
year.
yeah. And like I never had any symptoms or anything like that. No one ever said actually you have it. They all just kept saying you have HPV cells. So we're gonna like burn those off.
Okay,
And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay. So I don't know.
Those are like the pre-cancer. So like
yeah.
yes, these are.
And I
those
got the shot. It doesn't matter. There's like 27 strains.
There's that's
you know,
the issue.
like
yeah. Once you get the HPV,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Someone tried to offer me a shot recently. I'm like, I'm pushing 40 here.
Yeah.
And I've had it. It's done. We're done now.
Yeah. And I had a great, everybody talks about whether they shit or not while they're giving birth. I was nervous about that happening. And I didn't think it happened. And the next day when my doctor was drawing me the diagram, I go, by the way, it was a couple days later because I was in the hospital for a couple days. She goes, I go, by the way, I haven't pooped in like 3 days. And she goes, yes, you have. And I go, okay,
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Great.
Was it
I
good?
go,
Was it a hard stool?
No. And she goes, it's fine. It's just whatever. And then my second one, I go, did I? She goes, you didn't. And I was so happy.
You're
my
so
second kid, I didn't.
Did you try to pre-plan
I
all the
didn't.
shit?
No, because your second one, you just, he came out in 10 minutes.
Popped out.
They pop out after that. I mean, I'm not going to speak
And
for everybody.
no lesions the second time, fine.
Nothing. Second time,
Okay,
easy.
okay,
harder
okay.
baby, easiest birth.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But like,
This leap thing is very good to know about because for people,
Yeah.
'cause a lot of women have had that. And
yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
fuck.
weird, like, it was like a,
because if I have a baby,
she
I
could have
need
just
to know about
caught
this.
it somehow on the way. Yeah.
It's like a little
Yeah, like
finger
she was
flick.
like, "Let me in. I want to stay in."
Oh God.
She had heard Trump was elected. She was like, "No,"
Yeah.
because that was one of my ugh.
Yeah,
But
terrifying.
But but then after that was the part that I was like, okay, yeah, this is gonna hurt and everything, and like, but like nobody really like talks to me about about the butt stuff of like when you have a baby. Like I was like very constipated, I guess, and then my butt was swollen, like my butthole was swollen. I remember thinking, oh my God, is it coming? Like, am I having a prolapse situation?
Okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't. It was just swollen.
Hemorrhoids?
No, it
No
was
hemorrhoids?
just so swollen. It was not hemorrhoids.
Oh.
And
From
then,
pushing? What is that?
yeah, I think from pushing or trauma down
Okay,
there. I have no
okay.
idea. But then, and they give you these ice packs and shit. And my doctor goes, don't do those. She says that those slow healing, like putting those ice packs like on your
Oh.
crotch or whatever after you.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So what?
So she was just like, don't use those. So you're just irrigating with water and shit and this and that. Every time I took a shit, it was like glass. It was like I was shitting
This
glass.
sounds like hemorrhoids.
It was horrible. No, I thought it was hemorrhoids too. I went to a doctor that my friend recommended to me, another woman, another comic who's had a baby.
Okay.
She goes, you got to go see my ass angel. So I go see this woman, her ass angel at USC, this butt doctor.
Okay.
And she's like, it's not hemorrhoids. She was like, you're just like, your body chemistry all changes and stuff. And you're like not getting enough fiber or something like that.
Okay.
And so then also you're clenching because you're so scared of the pain that's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're also having, what's it called? What are they called? Little cuts
Oh, anal fissures.
Fissures.
Yeah, okay,
it was
yeah.
basically fissures. It was never hemorrhoids.
it?
It was
Wow.
fissures. And so I had to get Botox in my butthole. And that was the thing that solved it. Botox in my butthole. And I was taking Miralax. I'm taking all the fucking things to try to like, you know.
It
went on for a while.
I'm going to the butt doctor tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on an angle right now. I'm not sure if you can tell. My hemorrhoids are back. I literally called the doctor this morning. I have to get my ass fingered tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. They're back with a vengeance. It's glass when I shit. I cried this morning. I can't shit. I cry every time I shit. I knew I had hemorrhoids before, so I've been taking, I always have my hemorrhoids in here. I've been taking my fiber pills every fucking day. I
Yeah.
eat oatmeal every fucking day. I eat so much broccoli. I eat so much high fiber. I reintroduced yogurt and cottage cheese last week.
Yeah. Perfect.
Came back.
Oh, they came back.
I think it's a dairy. So now I'm like literally my ass. I
it's
can't
like
even cough. My
inflaming
ass
or
hurts.
something.
So I'm literally going to Kaiser Permanente tomorrow morning. And I had to call because I was like,
Shit.
she goes, okay, we have this doctor, blah, 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 in Pasadena. I go, what was his name? I go, is that a man? She goes, yeah. And I literally said on the phone, I go, I am not having a man finger my asshole. She laughed so hard. I'm like, thank you so much. I'm like, I've never made a doctor.
I think
She's
you're
like, I
probably
wouldn't either. I
the
was like, no.
highlight of a receptionist at Kaiser Permanente's day.
I'll tell you
is
what, she
having
did
Steph Tolev yell about.
Big laugh, my asshole. Not going
You
there.
were like,
so,
"What are you up to? I have a special taping. I'd love you to be there with your huge laugh.
Sit dead center, please.
Send her free tickets."
Okay, I'm going to mention the fissures.
So
Maybe I have fissure because it's glass. It's glass
Yeah.
on my ass.
And so and they tried everything first because I went back the second pregnancy. I went back and I go after
again?
delivery. I go, that's kind of happening again. They go, okay, we're not going to go right to the Botox. I was like, just give me the fucking Botox. Just give it to me. And this time they wanted me to do more Miralax and stuff like that. And then it eventually kind of like healed up on its own.
So when you say Botox, are you going to the regular person that does the face
her.
Botox? Okay.
The ass doctor's
doctor.
giving it to me.
Okay.
They gave me Botox one time. It wasn't like I was going back, you know.
I'll tell you right
I
now.
was
I'll
loving-
go on the way home and get fucking zapped in my anus because I am
Yeah.
like, I literally today, I can't even walk.
Yeah.
It's that bad.
And the
right now.
pain that you have with all that is like nothing. And then they're like, okay, the needle's going to hurt. I go, fuck off. That's
The
not going to hurt
needle-
compared to what's going on. Yeah, like what's been going on.
It's like when they wax your asshole, you can't feel shit.
But that's my favorite part. When they go flip over, open your butt, I go, yeah, this is the easy part.
please, yes.
This is the easy part. This part's been getting trauma my whole life. So I literally though, they told me to get milk of magnesia just as an emergency one. They're like, if you have like an emergency situation, like do milk of magnesia. I misread the directions and I was taking double what I was supposed to be taking.
So what is this? 'Cause I have to get on the way home.
You just shit liquid. It's just like liquid poop.
I love it.
Yeah.
I need that.
Milk of magnesia. And it's fast actin, tenactin. It's fast.
Because the logs, and then my toilet clogged this morning. So not only did I cry, then I clogged the toilet. I was like, well, now what is this?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
But like, so, I mean, you're so used to after like 9 months of like, you know, people are sticking, like, I mean, you literally get a transvaginal ultrasound where they put a condom on it. It's like, you're basically just like having sex
Ew,
with like
they put a condom on it?
Yeah. Because it's got like lube on it and stuff to like go in or easy or whatever.
I don't know why that grosses me out.
Yeah. They put a condom on it. They got a little bucket of unwrapped condoms there, and I watch them
Like a colorful one?
slide
Like,
it on.
they're
No, they're
using,
all
a
like the
blue
regular
one?
kind.
Kidding.
No, they're the
That was so-
regular. Yeah.
It's like for her pleasure, strawberry. For
I'm like, do you have
sucking
anything
it off
ribbed? Do
before
you have
it?
anything ribbed for me? Like I'm trying to have fun.
That's so. Oh, I didn't realize. I don't know why
Yeah.
that grosses me out. Is it something clean it?
Well, you
obviously clean it. Then why
they do, but like I don't know. It's like a
extra added.
plastic wand with like I don't know. I guess
yeah.
I'd rather have the condom and know for sure that nothing's going. You know.
I'd rather condom, yeah,
but
it's
anyway,
sick.
it's like you're poked and prodded for like 9 months. So
you're
by the
poked.
time I was like ass Botox came into the picture, I was like, I don't care. Just let's go. You know.
Do the wrinkles go away in the asshole when you do the Botox?
I
or
don't
does it
know. I
stay?
didn't get a pic or anything.
didn't
but I was
look?
like, is this baby looking 10 years younger or what?
Oh my god! Your asshole looks 12 and your face looks.
And then I
48.
started getting Botox in my actual forehead because the lines I had in my forehead after I had 2 kids, one day I just looked in the mirror. I went, "What the fuck?" Like they had just gotten deep.
Oh god!
Like deep, and so yeah,
come down
I
with
just
this.
get a little bit every few months.
I'm zipped up.
Oh
over
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, I go.
We're
I'm
zipped.
I'm a comedian, so please don't make
Oh,
me.
yeah,
I
too
don't want
much.
Nicole Kidman situation.
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
want
no,
an
no,
ice
no,
skating
that's too
rink.
much.
I just
Yeah,
want
yeah,
like
yeah.
a little. And I think it's been great, but
Also, apparently, Botox is good for headaches.
Oh,
People
so
have
they
been
say, and
getting-
TMJ and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, that shit doesn't even really gross me out. The what I was gonna bring today as my gross out thing is like sort of like those apocalyptic, like one person on the planet has its skin diseases Do you know what I mean? Are the
Okay.
things that really grow. I don't know how this came across my YouTube once, maybe 10 or 15 years ago. Some man who lives in like maybe Malaysia in like a very rural area, and he has some kind of thing where it looks like tree bark is growing out of his entire body. And it's, I can't ever stop thinking about it. It's so disgusting to me. Like when I used to watch, it's like I've never watched the X-Files, but anytime like I would accidentally catch it, it would be like something bubbling up under the skin, and that stuff just like absolutely. And it's like regular rashes. Like I have just psoriasis, like whatever, regular rash stuff. My kids have had hand, foot, and mouth. You know, like
Kids have that every 5 days.
they've got
What is that?
a lot of
That's
nasty.
really flopping around.
Well, hand, foot, and mouth.
Because it's like everything you're touching.
Yeah. We were supposed to go away for one night for our anniversary. I had tickets to a concert. We were going to Joshua Tree. I was excited. We're in Target the day
Pappy and
before. Pappy and Harriet's.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I was going to go see Nico Case at Pappy and
Okay.
Harriet's.
Oh, fine.
I was excited. We had a hotel. We had a babysitter taking care of our kids overnight. I don't live near any family. I got to hire people to watch my kids if I want to go away. I'm in Target and I go, what the fuck is all over Rosie's arm? And she's just got this rash. I send it to my mom. My mom's a pediatrician. She goes, hand, foot, and mouth. And I go, are you fucking? She's like, it's so contagious. You can't send her to school. So now the babysitter's canceled. The whole thing's fucking canceled. It's
Can you get it?
you can get it.
Okay.
And I didn't get it. But Jared got a couple bumps on his hand, but nothing bad. Some adults, I made the mistake on my podcast of going, I don't think adults can get it. And all these adults wrote me and they go, you absolutely fucking can. I lost all of my fingernails.
Oh my God.
Like, you can get
Ew.
crazy. Yeah.
Ew, that grosses me out.
I'm ewing out Steph
Ew,
on
no.
Steph Infection.
Picture a finger with no nails, every finger gone, the skin.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Sick.
don't like that.
Sick.
That is sick.
You're wearing gloves. Yeah. So
That tree bark one is good. There's one that looks like, it almost looks like, there's a weird thing too where people can't, I can't think of the term where you can't look at stuff that's weird, like textured shapes like that.
Oh, yes.
There's like a very specific disease I think people have.
yeah, it's like called prophoria or something like that. Yeah, it's something like that.
You can't
Yeah,
look
I
at
can't-
anything in those patterns and stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause you get like completely
like dots and honeycombs
Yes,
and
yes,
stuff freak
yes.
you out. I forgot what it's called,
What
but
is
yeah,
that? It's bizarre.
yeah, I've Googled it like a bunch of times
I
because
can't look at that.
because like, do you ever look at like the marketing for American Horror Story?
No.
Whenever they do American Horror Story, they always try to get the most like disturbing images possible. It'll be like two tongues, but they're snake heads or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah. I
mean?
don't
Like,
like that
it's just disturbing imagery. And like one of them one year was something that was a lot, and they were trying to like zone in on that kind of fear people have of like colonies or like
Yes.
beehives, like a honeycomb type of thing. And
Yeah.
ugh. But regular rash stuff, I'm like, but whatever. But like, it's just that guy with the bark, like he got a full surgery to get it all gone and it all came back. And I was like, oh, like that stuff just like makes me want to throw up. And I can't do body horror.
No,
like
no.
like my husband's a huge horror guy. He loves David Cronenberg, all those movies where it's like your body's like or whatever. I can't do that shit at all. No. I just went and saw this podcast my friends have called Ruined, where one of them ruins the podcast for they ruin a horror movie for the other one.
Okay.
Because she doesn't like to watch, but she'll hear about it, and that's like
Okay,
me.
yeah.
And I went to go see this show they did. They did a live show at Dynasty that was The Substance, because it's like everybody's talking about. I'm like a FOMO pop culture person. Like if everyone's talking about it, I will go. Like I did go to Hereditary, even though I hate horror movies, because I'm like, I got to see what everyone's talking about, you know.
you're
And
terrified.
Substance, I was about to go. And people were like, it's the most disgusting movie I've ever seen. And I was like, I gotta see what everyone's talking about. And then I went and they ruined it for me. And I was like, now I'm so glad I didn't go.
okay, 'cause it's
Because I
that
got
bad.
it. I got the story.
I can't do that either. I don't
Yeah.
like seeing like that's why when Law and Order does like they don't have that much blood in it. It's like a little amount, and it's usually looks so fucking fake, so it's fine for me.
Yeah.
I can't do horror. I
Yeah.
can't do the. I get one image. I watched Bohemian. That's like the last horror I watched. Have you seen that?
No.
Kurt Braunohler's in it.
Oh no, you're.
What am I
It's called.
thinking?
It's not Bohemian.
I
It's
always
called.
fuck this up. What's it called?
No, I know it because I just talked about it
It's
yesterday.
it's
Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Yeah.
Damn it. That image of that woman in the basement with a long breast, milk, breastfeeding, those force feeding the breastfeeding, that kind of stuff. I can't do that.
That's the thing. Jared
in my head
told
now.
me the plot of that. I go, tell me about Barbarian. He goes, you might see it. I go, I'll never see it. I'll never see it. Tell me the plot. So he told me the whole plot. And I actually get enjoyment from that. I will listen to the plot, but I don't want to watch it.
No, you can't, because I can close my eyes right now and picture that.
Yeah, I
exact
can,
woman's
and
head.
the
I don't
images
want
never
it.
leave.
That's the problem. They don't leave.
Jared's like, can't you just tell yourself it's fake? By the way, he always goes, he'll sit and listen to 15 minutes of SVU and go, you won't watch horror with me and you watch this? Because he's like, this is
comforting.
real.
It's
I know. I'm
comforting
like,
in a
it's
weird
comforting because
way.
you're right. There's not a lot of blood and gore. You kind of have to like, you kind of imagine what happened in your own head most of the time. You almost never see the crime get committed.
Yes.
And then there's like 9 times out of 10 there's justice in the end, which women normally
And
don't
we'd
ever
like
get.
the justice
and we'd
in
love
the end.
just a dollop of justice.
Hate when they don't give justice at the end.
Oh.
When they end it, they're like, that's that. I go, that's not that. I get so fucking pissed.
Do you remember that episode that had Shannon Sossaman in it that was just he said, she said? He was her professor and she was like, he raped me. And he was like, no, we were in a consensual relationship. And it was like, they just end it. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, do you have a verdict? We do. We find the defendant.
Nothing.
Dick Wolf.
That
and you're
was-
like, fuck off.
Fuck off,
You
Dick
tell
Wolf.
me what happened.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst endings.
That's
I got so
one of
mad
the
at that
only
one.
like cliffhanger.
What was that? It
ones.
was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I right now, for some reason, I'm on a severely, badly burned human algorithm.
Oh no.
I looked at one video.
Oh,
you know
and
those
your
videos where it's
Explore
like
page came for you.
you know the ones where it's like a girl was dating this really cute guy in high school, and then he got in an accident, and then then I started accusing my boyfriend of leaving me. I'm like, if this was me, you'd leave me. He's like, what? I'm like, if I was severely burned, you wouldn't stay with me. He's like, you wouldn't stay with me. I was like, yes, I would. I'm like, maybe not. This is fine. But then I got so obsessed with this one guy that now
You're getting burned Insta.
Old man.
Yeah.
burn face
Burn
off,
talk.
chin off.
Yeah.
They had to create a whole new jaw for this burn man, and I'm like, and I'm not sleeping now because I have burn in my head.
Yeah.
There's a lot of burn
you got to watch
people
out what
there.
you look at.
God
Yeah.
sakes.
They're like, this is
Bad.
what she's into.
And I'm like, I'm not into this.
And
I'm
they give you
terrified
more.
now.
Yeah.
The heck?
Oh, that's so scary. But yeah, the that kind of shit, the body horror, all that shit really is so nasty.
I am a big Halloween head. Are you?
Yeah, I love Halloween.
Are you dressing up?
Look, I have
kids
2
make you-
kids,
yeah.
and everybody decided to have a party on Halloween this year. I can't go to that. I mean,
what is that?
Once I drop my kids off from the night, maybe I could rouse myself to go to a party, but that's like it's a pretty exhausting fucking night. You're walking around,
No, stop walking.
trick or treating.
And then, so wait, are you dressing up like a family costume?
Well, my kids pick their costumes. So
Okay.
my one kid is like a Pokemon, and the other one is there's like this little show about these 3 little kids when they put their pajamas on, they become superheroes. And there's 2 boys and a girl. My son's being the girl, and he is so cute. He just like loves this character. It's Owlette, in case anyone from PJ Masks, if anyone knows. And then Jared and I didn't plan anything, so we have peanut butter and jelly costumes, and we'll always just like throw those on at the last minute for the trick or
I mean,
treating.
you may as well.
But when I get invited to like a good weekend party, which I'm sorry to confess that I was not invited to anything last weekend, really.
I was invited shit. Were the parties this weekend?
Yeah. Well, it would have been, right? Nobody has a party after the holiday. You usually have
I
it the
guess,
Saturday
yeah,
before.
yeah,
So I didn't
yeah.
get invited to anything. So I was like, but normally I go for like, I try to do zeitgeisty costumes. Like 2 years ago, me and Jared were the LuLaRoe couple from that LuLaRoe documentary.
Okay, I didn't see
Like
that.
we were just like we wore leggings and then
Okay,
we like
okay.
dressed up as these people. And then one year I was like a Chilean miner the year that they were all down there.
that's-
Like I try to do
that's-
something people
okay,
are,
yeah,
that's like in
yeah.
the current story.
Look at you, so pop culture.
I try.
So with it.
I try. I was Elizabeth Holmes before The Dropout even came out.
Okay,
I made
wow.
my own blood.
Look at you. My God. Very good costumes. You've gone as the aunt from Bob's Burgers.
I
You
have.
I was like, you look like her. That'd be psychotic.
Oh my God.
if you
Everybody
didn't.
tells me that all the time.
It's crazy.
They literally, people will like leave Linda Belcher comments under me all the time. And I'm like, is it just because I have glasses?
It's literally your whole face and head. It is insane. It is like literally every time I watch it, I can't stop thinking about you. You're the only person.
Bab. Oh my God. And I
I
love that
know.
guy who voices her. I mean, I'm
It's
obsessed with John
hilarious.
Roberts.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
So yeah, one year Jared and I went as Bob, which by the way, when you go to Spirit of Halloween, you know, they can't name him anything because of copyright.
Yes.
So my costume was called Supportive Burger Wife, which is
But
hilarious.
you're not the wife.
to me.
You're the wife's sister.
You don't think everybody says I look like Linda?
No, are you people? You're fucking Linda's sister. Are you insane?
Oh, everybody writes Linda because of my
Oh
glasses.
no! What?
I think-
No fucking
Oh
way.
my God,
Okay.
Google this.
I
Megan
am.
Mullally you're talking about?
Linda Belcher's.
Isn't Linda
sister.
Belcher's sister voiced by Megan Mullally?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
When her hair is down, okay, this is
Steph, nothing could be more fucking insulting than what you're doing right now. You are bringing up a woman that looks like a caricature of a librarian with bangs. I do not have bangs. And you're going, you look exactly like this woman in your face and everything about you. No, show it to everybody.
Maybe it is
Make sure everybody knows how you feel about me.
It's not how I feel about you. I think
With like a gaping mouth that's like, All right, I'll take Megan Mullally. I gotten Linda Belcher a bunch
Okay,
though.
but
People
you
say-
it is definitely-
But we were
yes.
I was supportive burger wife, and we had both just got an oral surgery, and my mouth was half numb at all the parties, and so I was like just smiling like this when I was Linda Belcher. Speaking of a horrible body thing that happened, Jared and I both had to get gum grafts.
Gum grafts.
It was, so we both have like receding
okay.
gums.
Yeah. Laura Peak just talked about this. She's the same thing. She's a dead man's gums.
Oh, they take it from the roof of your mouth.
Oh, you took the
They
roof.
take it from the soft palate of your mouth.
Okay.
So then you got to get a special guard that goes in there so that your tongue and no food touches that area for like a while until it heals.
Oh, God.
And then they basically slap it on there. We only did one side. Jared was traumatized by that. Like,
Did
I
you also
didn't
get the
love
top?
it.
You got the top thing too?
He did it at the same. We both went to this dentist. It was like, yeah, you both have receding gums. They said stop drinking LaCroix. I don't drink much bubble stuff.
Really?
But the woman who was like our orthodontic surgeon was like, bubble stuff is like eroding your gums, like carbonated stuff.
Oh,
So
shit.
Jared still fully pounds like 4 LaCroix a day.
And does it
I
then?
have never really been a LaCroix person, so I don't.
Okay.
But it's like, you know,
That's
you get
good
this
to know.
sensitivity at the very top, and it's because your gums are receding, and then they just basically slap it on with more. They didn't give me the option of a dead man's gums. They gave me my own soft palate.
So when they're how much are they taking from? And is there now when you feel up there? Does it feel like it's
Nothing.
missing?
You don't feel anything. You know, the mouth is like the fastest healing part of the body, I think.
I know it's gross.
So it heals like very quick,
Yeah.
but it's really like, ugh, for like a little while. And we got it done like right before Halloween. But I had like gone in for some kind of checkup. So I was like numb on half. So I was just like this at all the Halloween pictures.
Oh, God.
But yeah, that was a fucking horror show.
don't
But I
love
am
that.
normally not a dentist scaredy cat.
You're not brushing too hard. That's not because that's
No,
it's
they
just-
said like I switched to an automatic toothbrush. They want that. And I think originally a long time ago, a dentist did tell me you're brushing too hard. So I had like tried to chill on that.
okay.
But dentist shit doesn't usually freak me out or bother me at all. I fall asleep at the dentist. Like I'm relaxed at the dentist.
I don't mind the drilling. When people hear the drill, I'm like, this really
Yeah,
bother me.
my sister's like traumatized by the dentist. When we were probably 8, 9, and 10, my sister called the dentist, posed as my mother on the phone, and canceled our dentist appointments.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, can I see the idiot receptionist that thought an 8-year-old was my 40-year-old mother?
That's so
Like,
funny.
where are you? Like, they just thought that this. I'm like, you think this 8-year-old is a full pediatrician with 6 kids? Okay.
Yeah, like how good is she at doing voice
And
work?
we got there, and the appointments were canceled. My sister was like, I did it.
That's so funny.
So scared.
I think if you have one time, if you have like, if they numb you and they're drilling a tooth and they don't numb you enough, if you get that one pain once, you're
Yeah.
like, well, now I'm
Never
traumatized.
again. Yeah.
We had this dentist for years. I think I've talked about this before, but it makes me laugh every time. Dr. Farrell, and he was just a one-man band. And you'd call it the doctor. You'd call him, he'd be like, Dr. Farrell's office, and they'd be like, "Hi, is Dr. Farrell there?" Dr. Farrell speaking. Like, we know you don't have a secretary. We know this is you. Why do you have to do this every time? We're well aware it's you, Dr. Farrell. Nice man. Whatever happened to that guy? I think he's dead now.
Dr. Farrell.
I know the tooth thing. I was going to say tooth. Oh, this was say, do you check all the Halloween candy? Do you go buy one by one? Do you think about that? Like, that can't, when did that start, the razor blade thing?
That's satanic panic shit
This
to me.
can't
That's
be-
bullshit.
so you don't-
That somebody's going through and putting razor blades in kids' candy so that they can think that they might eat it later and imagine it.
Yeah, wouldn't they,
Like,
wouldn't
you
their
know?
fingers also be sliced up? There'd
Yeah.
be some blood on the wrapper.
I go
feel like.
through the candy because I take out the shit that they don't like. I'm like, you won't like this. It's sour. Or you won't like,
Yeah.
I don't want to give them, like gobstopper shit. They're still a little bit too young
yeah,
for
yeah.
that. But like,
Jesus,
so I'll go
stop
through it like that. And I guess if I flag an open Reese's cup, I'll probably take that away.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not like
Sifting through, yeah.
X-raying all of it.
Are you eating
you
it
know?
when you're going to bed?
Oh yeah, and I'm giving a lot of it away.
Oh, are you?
I gave a ton of it away last year. Like they get a lot, and then we had leftover some from when we were giving out to kids. I love a buy nothing group. I'm on buy nothing groups. Have you ever been on a buy
No,
nothing
what's
group?
this?
They're on Facebook. I know. I'm young. I'm youthful. I'm on Facebook. Literally, you go. I got a half a bag of ice I didn't use at a party. In an hour, someone's at your house. They want it.
Are you serious?
You go. We got a pie for a
Ice?
birthday. It's half eaten, but the other half is completely fine. I can be there in 20 minutes. This is
Wait a
the whole
second.
group is for free stuff. Like you're never selling anything. It's only free shit. So you can either go on and give or you can ask. So I go on there and I go, we bought this bag of like, we bought these like fruits at Trader Joe's. My kids tried one. They go, we don't like these. I go, I got a full bag, missing one. Someone's there in 10 minutes going, my kids love these. And they come and they do. So I go, I do buy nothing, and I go, I got a bunch of candy last year. I gave a ton of it away on buy nothing.
I need this group right now because I can't get rid of this fucking futon in my house. And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
losing
yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking
Oh,
mind.
especially for shit like that. And
Okay.
you just got to find one in your neighborhood.
Okay.
They're specific
Okay.
to neighborhood because then it's good because then it's people that are close. They're not like,
Okay.
all right, I'm coming from 40 miles away to grab your futon. It's like they live nearby.
I need this.
Yeah.
I just got ghosted on fucking Facebook Marketplace yesterday, and I wrote the guy this morning. I went, "What the heck is your problem?" I was
Facebook
pissed.
Marketplace is a jungle.
I just started using it because I
Yeah.
was getting some fucking cool ass thrifted shit.
Yeah.
And then I got 2 chairs and they're perfect. And I go, if I give you $50 less, can I come pick them today? He goes, no problem. I go, send me the address. I'll be there as soon as possible. Never heard from him again.
Did you pay? You didn't pay.
No, I didn't pay.
Oh.
But I'm like fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Suck my ass. What the hell? Give me my chairs.
What the fuck?
What the hell's your problem?
And it's also,
Justin?
it's like if you sold it for more, just write me. You don't owe me anything
Yeah.
except a response.
Yeah, you said I can come get
Just
them.
go, hey, some guy
Sorry,
wanted it
I
for
sold
50 bucks
them.
more. I sold them.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye, you fucking
Close
idiot.
the sale. That
Bitch.
people are fucking nuts. But yeah, and they all go, is this still available? Is this still available? Is this still available?
Yeah,
And then they
then
don't care.
they
They don't
answer,
want it.
okay.
It's psycho. Facebook
I
Marketplace
can't
is
believe
psycho.
people come get a friend. I wouldn't.
Oh, they'll come
trust
get the most wild
anything.
shit. My kid's birthday cake. I go, there's like half of it left. Does anyone want it? They come and get it.
They can't. So you give them your address?
Yeah, but they
That's
live in
what-
my neighborhood, you know.
Okay, yeah,
So I'll go.
okay, yeah.
I live by the high school or whatever. And so they kind of
Yeah,
know. And then
okay,
I'll just
okay.
go, hey, here's the address. Yeah, like we're not friends on Facebook. They don't know what I'm doing day to day. You know.
I know. I don't. Because I was like, I didn't want to get. I didn't want to give this food away for free because I didn't want some psycho to know my address.
The other, yeah. The other thing is like I.
Getting smug like they're gonna know who I am. They won't. I'll
I
be
know.
Like,
I mean,
"Sorry."
like maybe if my following was like a little bit bigger, I'd be more nervous about it. But I also like I'm never there when they get it. Like I'm always like I leave it on the porch and then they
Okay,
come
okay.
grab it, or I don't like answer at the door and go, "Here's your pie."
I can't believe they want an open touched pie from somebody else.
I know. We were like, well, we cut it and we didn't, you know. They're like, yeah,
No
I'd love to
question.
try it. People
Love
will be
to
like, I got a
try
half
it.
a sandwich. People will do all kinds
Half
of
a
shit.
sandwich.
But I just gave away a kid's bike on there that I got
Yeah,
for
well,
free.
that makes
Like you get that kind of stuff. But
sense.
yeah, you get the weird food stuff. People will do it. And there's people that are on there. You can tell they're on there all day just looking for deals and they're grabbing it. Because like one guy has come to my house multiple times for something.
Oh, really?
Like he's a guy that you're like, you want this. And I'm like,
I wish
great.
the guys in my neighborhood
Otherwise,
could
I'm
get
throwing it
futon.
away.
Yeah.
So I'm like happy to. Most of the stuff I will say is like individually wrapped stuff.
Okay,
If it's a
okay.
birthday cake or something, I'm like, look, I cut this very carefully. I wasn't touching it. You know,
Okay.
like I cut this, so come get it. Or it's like the fruit I was giving away were like orange. Like they weren't oranges. They were like some kind of fucking tangerines or whatever. But they were in a
Okay,
peel.
okay,
So it's
okay,
like, you know,
that
it's
makes
okay.
sense.
But I've
Okay.
seen people do, hey, Starbucks just gave me an extra drink. Anybody want it? And someone will go, I'm on my way.
What the hell?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
I love that you don't know about Buy Nothing. I think this is going to be fun. If nothing else, the stories are funny.
Also, there's no way in hell I ever have a pie left over in my house.
I know.
I'm polishing off pie. There's never a crumb of pie. That's the craziest part to me.
Well-
Cake leftover pies, no.
Yeah.
Come get a drink from Starbucks. Are people that like low on cash? So that's my question. I'm concerned now.
I think it's also
or they
just
like the idea.
Yeah, I think it's also just the idea of like, oh, neat. I haven't gotten my coffee yet. I'll go get this. Or like,
I would think someone was touching it, putting their lips on a straw, fingering the ice. I don't know what's going on.
but
in
that's
there.
like the whole thing in Buy Nothing is like we're all in the same community. Like we're not all trying to like
Okay.
fucking gross each other out, I guess.
Okay.
You know, you could also like make a Facebook where your name is like Steph T. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
no
yeah,
one knows
no,
who. Don't use your
change it.
photo. Use a
Yeah,
picture
yeah,
of a flower.
yeah, yeah.
Like, you could do so. You can do so
yeah.
many things to like protect your identity or whatever. But yeah, I'm loving that.
Okay.
So I give away the
Okay.
candy and.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be on the website. We gotta wrap this up. We gotta ask the final question. The funniest way
Why?
you think you could die?
The funniest way I could die is a bunch
Personally.
of Bob's Burgers fans come to my house and light it on fire because I'm that character from.
I love the way you're so upset by
I'm
this.
like,
it's not even. It's not. I mean,
I've
it's,
gotten so much Linda Belcher, and I was like, oh, she's so funny. And then you're just like, no, she's the lame sister with bangs and a ponytail.
lame. I didn't say lame. I love this. She's hilarious. Look, it's
Isn't she
just-
always like whining though? She's always like,
Yeah, she's always lying, but not the personality, just like a cartoon version. I thought it was funny. Look,
Okay.
again.
Okay, again.
But that is a funny way to
I'm
die.
not offended for real.
Okay.
Okay, funny way for me to die. I mean, my most horrific way to die is being buried alive. Like I always think buried alive is like that's the nightmare. The funniest way for me to die, I mean, I think would be some kind of like New York City killing, and I got to be a body on like the SVU gets to come.
Oh, yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like
Oh,
I get
yeah,
killed on the subway, or somebody kills me and takes my underwear, and then that's you got to call the cop. You got to call the special
So your
victims.
episode, your death would
my death
trigger
is triggers an
okay.
episode.
We
Yeah,
love that.
Yeah,
That really
and then
ties
you're
it all
like, why
together.
is there a banana in her asshole? You know,
You're
like
like,
those
okay,
kind of
yeah,
episodes
yeah,
that they
those
do,
are
and it's
good
like, well, her ass angel gave it to her. She,
Yeah, you had a banana ass angel.
Yeah.
Well,
I
thank
hope
you
your
so much.
ass
What
angel
the
helps
heck?
you tomorrow.
It better because my ass is so fucked right now. I don't know what to tell you. I can't even laugh because if I laugh, it triggers the asshole.
That's why she hasn't laughed this whole episode.
I've been trying to laugh, but I've been doing quietly, and then I have this cough that I've had now for 4 weeks that won't go away. So when I laugh,
That's
I
a
go into
thing.
cough.
There's something called the 7-week cough that's
I
going
got it.
around.
I have it. It's
yeah,
hell. It's hell on earth.
and then it
and
goes away. So
it's fucking better because I'm
there's
literally
an
on week
end.
4 and I'm dying right now.
There's an end.
That's
to
why I
it.
wasn't like laughing because I can't laugh at triggers.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
was laughing.
Okay.
Shout out your podcast again. Where can we go find you?
Yeah, I'm Kara Klenk on Instagram, and That's Messed Up podcasts on those come out on Tuesdays, and then Who's the Bitch comes out on Wednesdays. Subscribe, whatever, you know.
Subscribe, follow her. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Thanks
Keep
for
listening to
having
Steph Infection.
me.
Bye.
Bye.